If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. When it comes to your MSP business plan, it is really important to take it pretty seriously. And not only that, but really envision the MSP of your dreams. In this video, I'm going to cover all of the important topics that you're going to need to include or at least think about as you go through and build out your MSP business plan. My name is Harrison Barron from growth-generators.com. We help MSPs with everything from sales training to marketing and even some business operations in there. Before I get into today's video, I do have to mention there is some special links down below. Those links can vary from the Discord for people that follow this channel. That can be resources, that can be other helpful videos. I would highly recommend swinging down below and checking out one of those links. So, let's talk about a business plan for your MSP. Now, I hate planning. Truth be told, it is my least favorite thing. I am a fly by the seat of my pants. It drives my fiance absolutely insane. But I do understand the value of having a plan and having something that you can write down on, written down. You can see it, you can follow it, you can understand where the path is actually headed. So there is a ton of value in that. Now, for some of you watching, you might say, hey, caution to the wind, let's just send it. We're going to figure out everything else down the road. And for the other portion of you, you probably love planning it. Now, either category, regardless of what you fall into, if you don't want to plan, it's still important to know concepts and things to think about as time goes on. And if you love to plan, you are going to find so much incredible value in this video. Now, the first is before you get into the business plan, typically a business plan. Now, if it's for yourself, you don't really need this, but if you are planning on maybe having investors, you're going to be taking money from people, you are going to be going to the bank, you need an executive summary. And this is going to be just some of the key points of your business, the business concepts, what the business is fully going to entail. Obviously, in this case, managed services, but support services, what other services? How do you plan on positioning the business? Are you just going to be another run of the mill? Are you going to be a specialist? Or are you going to go after certain maybe industries or verticals? These are all things to think about as time progresses. And it could be as crazy or as non-crazy as you want. Typically, this is more for, hey, other people outside, but I do think there is value in writing down what you would love the MSP to really look like without going into too many details. But the second part of that is a company description. And I truly believe that having a company description is important. Your MSP helps XYZ person by doing XYZ thing, right? Here at Growth Generators, we help MSPs with sales, training, marketing, and business operations with that all combines into growth. That's our thing. And on top of that, some kind of mission statement. I like quotes personally. I'm a big fan of a rising tide lifts all ships. Hence why I put together the Discord. Hence why we have the membership, right? I want to be able to have other people help. There's only so much knowledge in my brain, and there's tons of knowledge with the well over, I think now 600 people in the Discord and growing. Love everybody in there. Love hanging out in there. But really having this, what is the company history? If there is any, write down your history. If you have experience in sales, experience in marketing, writing this down, because fast forward, you go through and read this, you might say, ooh, I'm good. I'm really good at this. I know that, but I wrote that down. But if I'm really good at this, where am I lacking as far as skills go to help grow this business? And what are those business goals? What is your business? And I really tell people 3 to 5 years. What are those 3 to 5 year, maybe even 10-year stretch goals? How big do you think you can realistically get in that time frame? Now, the next section of it is probably the most important, and I can't stress this enough. You have to know how to do a market analysis. Understanding the market, which is the potential deals or potential clients that could come to you, the market growth, the potential market growth that you could be involved in, and what do they actually need? Do they need a MSP. What kind of MSP? Do they need a specialist? What aspects of that are super important? This is huge. I cannot stress it enough. Down below, there's a resources link. It's a link to our website with a ton of resources on it. Do yourself a favor. Get a buyer persona. It is tremendously helpful. And when I say that, it really does. It makes life so much easier for you. I wish I could, I hope I convey it that much, because by knowing who you want to go after, you can figure out the marketing, how you're going to address them, all of that. That is really important. And finding clients is vital. You got to be able to find clients and sell clients, because you need money to grow, to hire more staff, to just build an actual business. Now, after you go through that, you can figure out where those clients are actually based. The next thing is going to be your organization. Now, if you've never ran a business, this is going to be strange to you, and you're going to go through a lot of growing pains. If you've been a part of a business and you could see the 30,000 foot view, this is going to be tremendously easier for you. And if you have already owned a business, I hope you're still getting some value in this video. And before I go any further, please hit that like button, that subscribe button, notification bell. And by the way, if you think I've missed anything in this video, please leave it down in the comments down below. So let's talk about the org structure, right? We always typically look at the org structure as CEO, president, head person. And then there's management, and then your frontline employees, the people that are actually going and doing that work. But in an MSP, it's actually kind of different. While yes, you have that key figure, but there's going to be steps that come across, and it goes more horizontal. Now, this is debated and depending on how you build the business, but there are tons of ways to actually structure it. You might have the part of the business that is marketing, or marketing and sales. Those are going to be two columns. You might have a specific area for knock or SOC, and you might have another whole specific area for your help desk. How you build it. What do you think? What do you think you want to offer down the road? And while you don't have to write it out and say, well, I want to have 5 techs and this and this and this, that would be great to have. But in all reality, things are going to change dramatically. But understanding, hey, marketing plays a huge role in this. And we also have sales playing a huge role in this. And sales isn't just one person. Maybe it's a sales team. You're going to begin to have all these different columns out there. And that's really important to just make yourself aware. If you want to write it down, great. And how you'd like to structure it, fantastic. And if not, just be aware that that's something that you are going to have to address in the near future. Now, the last part of this is you have to develop some kind of strategy. It doesn't matter if you're a bank. It doesn't matter if you're reading this 3 weeks from now. It doesn't matter if you're getting investor money. You have to have some kind of strategy going about this. You don't just say, today's the day and we have an MSP. We're doing it. As great as that sounds, you got to have a strategy when you go into it. You got to have a marketing strategy, and you have to have a sales strategy. Where is your target customer? Where do they live? Where do they act? What kind of businesses are they in? What tier of the business are they? C-suite, directors. All of these are super, super important. Knowing who you have to target. Maybe you're targeting the IT director, and you want to say, hey, we'll replace your current IT staff with us. You'll save a bunch of money. You'll get a ton more experience. And you report to that person. It's really important. And then a sales strategy. You can't go in willy-nilly. It's super important. It could be super basic, but having a good sales strategy, I cannot stress it enough. I can't tell you how many people just, well, you know, we looked at the computers and everything like that, so everything looks good. And yeah, we'd like to work with you. And then they don't know how to take it to the next step of sending that proposal out, meeting again, addressing the proposal, addressing the questions, addressing the objections. These are all really important. And if you don't have some kind of basic sales and marketing strategy, and you can write it down, this is the process I'm going to follow. This is what I'm going to do if it works. This is what I'm going to do if it doesn't work. And you go through that. That is tremendous. And on top of that, with marketing and sales, you have to know some key metrics. How much you're charging. What is the process, or better yet, what is the amount, the number of the lifetime value of a customer? These are all super important questions to actually have going through this. And guess what follows that? An operational plan. What's going to be happening throughout that, through the marketing, through the sales, through the closing, through the onboarding, through the support. All things that you have to go into it planning. Hey, I know all of this. And guess what comes at the end of all of it? You guessed it, money. You cannot run a business without money. You need to have money. You need to understand, hey, we plan to sell X amount of seats. We plan to charge X amount of dollars. We think that they're going to stay with us between 3 and 5 years. These are super important metrics. So that way, not only you can forecast what it's going to look like down the road, but also it might paint a uncomfortable picture of reality saying, that's either really expensive or I only need this much money and we're off to the races. It could be so dramatically different based on who you are, but having a key financial plan, how many customers do you plan on bringing on? How many seats is that? 3, 6, and 9 months down the road, 1 year, so on and so forth. How much do I have to pay employees? How many employees am I going to need per seat? All of these are tremendously important metrics as you go through that. So that way, when you do hand somebody the actual plan and say, hey, this is my business strategy, my business playbook, this is truly, truly important. I don't think enough people come up with a business plan. And look, you're not going to be sitting there checking it out every single day. It's something that just needs to be readily available when you want to check on it. Hey, what's going on? What did I plan for? What did I not plan for? It's something to have. And for you fly-by-the-seaters, myself included, just keep a mental note of all of the things that I mentioned in this video. If I talked about finance, go deep into finance, taxes, all of that good stuff. It is only going to help you. But having a really solid business plan can open a lot of doors for you. It can help you get a ton of money by showing people, hey, this is my plan. This is how I'm going to execute. This is the amount of money I need. All of that will help you dramatically down the road. So other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, like button, subscribe button, notification bell. Love the heck out of you guys. I just had to do a ton of house cleaning, so I'm a little frazzled, but I wanted to make this video because I love you guys and because I missed a couple of videos last week, and I'm shooting for videos next week, but I do have a major conference I'm going to be attending with actually one of my subscribers. So love the heck out of you guys as always, and I will see you guys on the next video.